Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today I want to do this lesson focused on, this topic dealing with both the hard times that are to come, okay, but also the justification for it, especially upon these shameless women nowadays. Now, I was watching a video, and it was now everybody has this podcast or whatever, so they're always hosting different kinds of people on it. So this is a random video that I was watching, and it was some chick was on there, right, and she was being, I guess, interviewed, or they were just talking with the hosts. And so the host, speak to her and ask her about what she's doing and so on. And immediately, right, she said she's doing OnlyFans. And they asked her, okay, so how long have you been doing it? And how much are you making? She said she's making millions. And she said the second she turned 18 years old, she jumped on it. And then one of the hosts asked her, when did you make your first million? Right. And I think she said within the first 5 months. And she said it could have been earlier, but, whatever the case is. And so, when I heard that, I was thinking about it, and I was like, sometimes you may be driving, right? You may be driving somewhere, and you'll look around and you'll see this wild, maybe the newest model of a BMW X, whatever, i8, whatever the case is, or like some brand new on fire ass car, big ass car, small ass car, whatever. And you're like, yo, this is a nice car. And you pull up to the other side, parallel to the car, and you see is a woman driving it, probably some small ass woman too. You're like, how is it that, and say this is a hypothetical scenario, right? Say there's an average, or even maybe an above average guy who's working a 9 to 5, making a decent amount, right? And he doesn't even, make enough to be able to purchase a car like that, right? Unless it's been like savings in the making for like a while. And yet you see somebody else that the chances are you're not doing that same kind of job. And yet you're driving these cars. And it's like everywhere you turn, this is the case here. Now, back in the day, it would have been like, oh, maybe she's, she either has a sugar daddy or she's with a man who is making, enough, right? Maybe he's into like investments or whatever the case is. And so maybe she's driving his car, or maybe he bought it for her or whatever the case is. But nowadays, that's not the case. Nowadays, it's not even that these women are leasing, these cars, or no, they're straight out buying them, okay, off the lot, multiple of them. When you see some of these pictures that are being taken, you may see on a feed somewhere is like this woman, of course she got her ass out, whatever the case is, but sometimes just look in the background, right, and you'll notice that it's either some mansion looking house or something something in the background that indicates like, okay, this person's living in like some house, some luxurious place. Yeah, most of the time they are. Yeah, some of them fake it, but some of them don't, because they actually make enough to be able to do that. You got women making, multi-millions, in months. And what is the cost? What is the trade-off there? Because they're being immodest, they're being shameless, they are pretty much selling themselves in a digital era, right? Via different videos and content and pictures of them just exposing their body and doing erotic things online that people go and pay for, and that's how they make all this money. And then in order to attract more customers, they pay these different popular sites to promote their content, right? To like tag them and post snippets of their videos and sort of push that through the algorithms and circulate it out there to basically say, hey, I'm someone who does these kinds of things. Go and check out my page, my whatever, the tree, the link tree, whatever, bio, description, yada, yada. But, this is pretty much where the world has come to, where you had a point in time, right? As they say, prostitution is the oldest profession, right? And we know prostitution, we know what that is. Okay. And somebody might argue and say, well, OnlyFans is not prostitution, but maybe it is a form of it. Okay. Because sometimes it does lead into, other things. You have women that, see, OnlyFans is not just about them just putting videos of themselves. You have some of them that actually go in and put videos of them, engaging with other men, different men online, right? So going back, right, it was something that, wasn't, let's say, somebody wouldn't be the most proud of to do. And if you go back to the ancient world, you'll see that, some were born into it, right? And some went into it out of desperation. And when you look today, it's now a point where a lot of these women, and I say women because they're the what people would call like the best sellers, right? Today. Okay, so they've foregone going to school to become a nurse or a doctor or, whatever the case is. And to jump into this because it's like it's quick, it's according to them, right? It's quick and easy, and you make so much money so quickly, right? But when you really look at what's happening systemically, right? And I'll get a couple of precepts in a second, but when you look at what's happening systemically, this is a manufacturing by Esau, Edom, by their heads, by their elites, by allowing, number one, a platform like this to exist, and then indirectly pushing and coercing people to go towards that direction by making it much harder to get a regular job. Inflation is eating away damn near your whole paycheck before you even get it. Okay, so times are getting harder and harder and harder. And so it's almost like going back to the garden when the serpent presented Eve with this metaphorical apple, right, with this fruit. And the scriptures say that it looked good to her, meat for food. It looked good to the eyes. So it was something that was enticing. It was appealing. And in this time, presenting something like this, all it takes is, because today a lot of people are sheep and followers. So, and that's why a lot of these social media contents use the term followers, right? But they're followers, meaning that at first they might feel shy. How do they feel about doing that? But then they see so many other people doing it. Some of their friends are doing it. People they know are doing it, and these people are influencing them. That's why they call it influencers. They're influencing them. They're seeing how much they can make. They're looking at their condition right now. They're like, it's not really good. You even have men that tell their women to go and do that so they can make money. Like, this is the kind of perverseness that the world has come to, where this is a norm. When you say OnlyFans, damn near everybody knows what that is, as though it's just a normal part of life, a normal part of society. And it goes to show you just how morally decayed this world has become. Okay, so let me get a couple of precepts here, because guess what? The Heavenly Father is going to bring a judgment for that too. All right, because that's not the order in which He created women to behave in. So let's start off here with the book of 1 Timothy. Chapter 2, verse 9. All right. And it reads, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel meaning your clothing. Okay. And when you read this in the NLT, it says, and I want women to be modest in their appearance. They should wear decent and appropriate clothing and not draw attention to themselves by the way they fix their hair or by wearing gold or pearls or expensive clothes. Yeah, that was the goal, right? That was the whole point. You were to dress in a way where you're not drawing eyes onto you, because particularly eyes are going to come by your figure, your body, your look, you know, but you dress in a way to mitigate that, especially a woman that has a man. But it says, going back to finish it in the KJV, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array. But how many so-called, you'd be surprised, so-called churchgoers, Christian women, daughters of pastors are on these platforms here, right? So what happened to the belief? What happened to the scriptures? That all went out the window. Who gives a damn, right? And that's because of the tactics that have been used to destabilize this country, corrupt the minds of the people, especially from the youth, and then it's from there it's just downhill from there. It's downhill from there. And this is why by the time the Lord comes back, as he says, shall there be faith on earth? This world is completely through and is gone. But people don't see it that way because it's been normalized. And that's the danger of that gradual process of things. This is Sirach 26 and 25. Because at the end of the day, there's going to come a time when the party is going to be over. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. See? And so you see that correlation between those that are shameless and their behavior versus those that are shamefaced and how they move. So Babylon the Great has turned shamefaced women into shameless ones, and then has continued to breed them. So now they're just coming out shameless. It's no longer because that's the process, right? It starts with conversion and then replication. You convert the good to bad, and then you keep replicating the bad over and over and over again until now you just have bad. And you notice majority of people on this are Jakes, right? Especially like you'll see like Northern Kingdom women, right? You even see Southern Kingdom on there, but you also see some Edomites in there. But how often are you going to see an OnlyFans page in comparison to others with like a legit Elamite, right? A native East Indian, on there, or like a purebred Chinese or Japanese person on there traditionally, right? And I'm not saying that they don't exist, but I'm saying what's the ratio of them to like Israelite women on there. So yeah, that should tell you as well where the target is. Moving on, this is Sirach. Let's get another one here. Chapter 41, verse 11. And you notice the scriptures speak against this. Let's see. 42 and 11. Yeah, the scriptures are not in support of this, and that means the Lord is not in support of it. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 42, verse 11. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. So if you know that she's shameless, keep a sure watch on her. Keep your eyes on her. Lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. But you know what the crazy part about it now is? Usually, this would be a shameful thing. But the world, the level of morality is so low that it's not a shameful thing. We have women that go on platforms and talk about how, when they came and told their parents and got their parents' approval to go and do something like this by convincing them about how much they can make and how they're an adult now and they can make their own decisions. And it was like tough at first, but eventually their parents now support them. What? Like, that's it. But once again, it comes to a point where you even have parents that can proudly say that this is what their daughter does, and this is how she was able to get them a house or get them this, that, and the third. So they're not even ashamed of it. You know, like the societal norm of a reaction is not even what's happening nowadays. Okay, so people don't even see a problem with it, and the scriptures talk about that, about sentence against the evil work not being executed speedily. That all the standards are dropping, but eventually the Lord is going to fix it. So that's all right. All right, ain't no problem with that. And matter of fact, since I mentioned that, let's get that real quick. This is the book of Isaiah, and that's why in Ezekiel 9, right, in 5, it mentions the Lord doesn't exempt women or children, because you got demonic ass children today, you got wicked ass women today. You've always had wicked men, right? But the Lord doesn't discriminate between his judgments, okay, based on gender or age or any of that stuff. If you are able to do it, then you're able to pay for it. This is Isaiah chapter 32, verse, and I'm just going to hit the point here, verse 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail and the gathering shall not come. See, this is only profitable and beneficial now, but there's going to come a time when all this is going to be shut down. No more platforms, no more none of that. And then where's your value? You know, your value is high because you're in a society, a lustful society, right? Lust is like adrenaline, you know, that's always pumping in the veins of individuals today. And because of that, that's the the driving factor in the worth of women nowadays, by how lustful they are, or how much lust they can generate in others. And that's what makes their content go wild. See? But very soon, when the Lord shuts all that down and you're just out there, what do you really have? Nothing. And even worse, you definitely ain't gonna have the Lord on your side. So then what? Now you're cooked, right? And now those fans will become partakers. All right? No more visuals. It's time for the next level of things. So anyway, I want to end it there, but just wanted to highlight that point there to emphasize, like, when people hear us talk about the judgments to come, they think as though we're just like, oh wow, what's wrong with these guys? Like they just hate the world so much. But look at what define the world today. Look at what it actually is. You can't live peacefully with a peace of mind in society today. You may try your best to bring up your children in the right way, and then they go to school and they're around other children that will influence them the wrong way, because the society in itself is corrupt. So when they say, oh, the way I bring up my child is between me and, no, it actually affects others as well. So, it's to highlight why it is the Lord is going to bring these kinds of judgments upon this place, because it's doing exactly the things the Lord said not to do. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash, and until next time, Shalom.